Okie doke. So in this problem, we're going to be using the bar diagram and division to solve. The problem states Landon has 4 times as many gumballs as Aiden. Altogether, they have 80 gumballs. How many gumballs does each boy have? So the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to construct my bar diagram. So I'm going to write Landon here, Aiden down below. And because the problem states Landon has 4 times as many gumballs as Aiden, I'm going to put 4 bars or boxes next to Landon's name, and then I'm just going to put 1 box next to Aiden's name. So 4 boxes is 4 times larger than 1 box, so it makes sense. All right, so now that we got the bar diagram drawn out, the second thing we're going to do, and I'm going to move this problem around here so we have some room. The second thing we're going to want to do here is set our division problem up. And we do that by first taking the total. I'm going to zoom in again here, sorry. Zooming in, 80 gumballs is our total here. And the total is always going to be our dividend. So we're going to put that dividend in the house. The house is the dividend's natural habitat. So here's the 80, and we're going to divide it by what? Well, we have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes or bars. So I'm going to divide 80 by 5. So let's go ahead and do that. Remember to, well, you can use partial questions or you can use long division. If you do use long division, you may want to write multiples of 5 out. And then follow the dirty monkeys smell completely bad. But I know 5 goes into 8 once. The difference of 8 and 5 is 3. I bring my 0 down. 5 goes into 30 6 times. The difference of 30 and 30 is 0, so no remainder, and my quotient is 16. So, quotient 16. What do we do with the quotient? Well, we're going to write that quotient inside each of our boxes here. And now we have all the information we need to figure out how many gumballs each boy has. So, the boxes or the bars with the quotient written inside are actually modeling multiplication problems. So if we look at Aiden here, we have 1 box and we're multiplying it by 16. And so Aiden has 16 gumballs. Now there's a couple ways we can figure out how much Landon has, how many gumballs Landon has. We can solve the problem using multiplication. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes, and with 16 in each box. So we can do 16 times 4. And that's going to give us 64. So Landon has 64 gumballs. Or another way that you could figure out how many gumballs Landon has is, since we know Aiden has 16 and we know the total number of gumballs is 80, we could find the difference between the total 80 and 16. And we get 64 as well. So the 2 different ways that you could find how many gumballs Landon has. But let's just quickly review the steps that I took to solve this problem. Very first thing I did is I set up my bar diagram because Landon has 4 times as many gumballs as Aiden. I have 4 bars or boxes next to Landon's name. 4 is 4 times bigger than 1, so I have 1 box next to Aiden's name. I then set up my division problem. I took the total 80 gumballs, divided it by 5. That's the total number of bars or boxes in the problem. My quotient was 16. And what I did with my quotient is I put my quotient inside each box. And then from there, I was able to figure out how many gumballs Landon and Aiden each have. So hopefully this makes sense to you guys and helps you solve problems like this in the future. Whenever you see a problem that says so and so has so many more times something than someone else, you can always use a bar diagram.